Getting a little rusty here, my friends. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Zach's Live Trader. Here with you, as always, the bearded boy wonder, the people's champ of Wall Street, Dave Bartosiak. And today, my friends, we're going to be talking about Costco, ticker COST. So much going on in the markets, in insanity. There's just craziness going on out there. It's all this Bitcoin mania, right? All this Bitcoin madness. I've never argued with so many people in such a short period of time over so many different things. It's been very exciting. It's been super exciting. Where does it end? What happens? I don't know. But I don't want to get too much into that kind of stuff right now, I guess. Because if we start talking about, Litecoins and Bitcoins and Ethereums and Moneros and all this stuff, it's all we're going to talk about the whole time. So I want to stay focused on Costco here. Now, good news, everybody. Internet's fixed. Not only is internet fixed, once Hefe gets in here, we'll see. We're talking 6,000 KB per second right now, and I am all green. So this stream should be righteous for everybody with minimal buffering, if any. So this is all a very good thing. Sent this out a little bit late. I know I'm rusty. I mean, I didn't even plug in my microphone properly. So there's a lot going on. So Wild Bill, how you doing? I got Ed Sheeran blasting in the background right now. And I'm pretty sure my girlfriend's going to come in and make noise. So when she comes in and it's, she just bursts in and makes noise. And you hear somebody talking and then you hear me go, quiet down! You'll know why. Okay, so I'm warning everybody ahead of time. Plus, I have a package that's coming. So I bet you they start pounding on the door while I'm doing this, because nobody ever bothers me unless I have a live video. And then all of a sudden people call me, people knock on my door, they just show up unannounced, all sorts of stuff. So, okay. Now, what do we do here looking at Costco? First, let's kick things off like we always do with the price consensus and EPS surprise chart here on Zax.com. As always, the black line corresponds to the right y-axis, which is price. The left y-axis here is earnings. The green arrows are earnings beats. The red arrows are earnings misses. These multicolored lines represent the evolution of our Zax consensus estimates over time. And you'll see that it's been very choppy here for Costco over the last several quarters. I mean, we really can't get much of a flow going because it just sort of chops around all over. But this should be good because if you're looking at this, it does have a little bit of a tendency to trend following these earnings reports. So it does look like there's some trades that end up opening up following these reports. So that's a plus. So that's a good thing, right? So the intra-quarter chop, intra-report chop is it's okay. We shouldn't worry about it so much, right? But look at the overall trajectory of these. I can get pinker, thug pink. No, I don't have a thug pink, bro. This is as this magic magenta-ness is as pinky as it's gonna get right now. But I agree. I do need the thug pink. What if I did it like, hang on, what about this? That looks kind of pinkish because it's a little bit lighter. I think that's as close as we're going to get. Yeah, that's as close as we're going to get to the thug pink. That's okay. So these multicolored lines representing that Zach's consensus. Look at what's happened. where they've had these high expectations that have tailed off throughout the course of the year. That seems to be their MO, right? I mean, every single year, set the bar high and then lead to disappointment. Perhaps that's why you get this choppiness. So, hey, Mr. CFO over there at Costco, I mean, can you set expectations a little bit better? You know? Because look at this. Where these 2017 estimates started, it's not far off now where it looks like 2018 is going. I guess 2018 is a little bit higher, so there's some growth. But look at these previous years. It was going to be here. It ends up down here. This was going to be here. Ends up down here. This ends up lower than the previous year's initial expectation. It's where it ends up coming in. So if you're worried about something like that happening at Costco, you're talking about a little dip. A little dip in the chip there. Now, I do see this turn up here, and a turn up here. Not a turnip, but a turn up on a Tuesday. Beat there really took off. So you've got that momentum. And now the question is, will this momentum continue here at highs? We do have a little bit of positivity here. There is still some growth, some earnings growth. So overall, a decent story here on Costco. But you got to ask yourself, we're at highs. Are they justified, and should the stock continue to go higher? Let's take a look at the detailed estimates page. We've got them as Zach's ranked number 3 hold right now. Got a lot of momentum. Momentum style score of A right there. Going to report after the bell on Thursday. So you got today, you got all of tomorrow, and you got all of Thursday. Pretty much everybody this week worth talking about was reporting on Thursday. So there's a lot of that. So I had to get Costco out today, and then we got, the report tomorrow on Adobe that we're going to talk about. Oh, excuse me. Whew. Yeah, Dave. Woo! Oh, yawning. I'm yawning. I didn't have my energy drink. I know those energy drinks aren't so good for you, I guess. But I do much more terrible things to my body, so I'm not really too worried about energy drinks. I mean, I've gone to Arby's and had that smokehouse thing where it's just like 3 different types of smoked meats on top of each other, and I shamelessly just woofed it down. So I'll be okay with these energy drinks. Plus, I do the diet ones, so I don't know if that does anything, but I stop shy of heart palpitations, so I think that's a good thing. Revenues 11.76% for the current quarter. Next quarter looks like 9.4. Current year number 676, and next year 646. I know, right, Mr. Walker? It's gone. All of the choppiness is gone. I could talk like this. What? No, I could pause, I guess. Choppiness is gone. It feels great. I could probably stream at 4K if I wanted to. Maybe I'm pushing it. Actually, I think can I? Whatever. That's okay. 1080 is good enough. So overall revenue numbers, good this quarter. Gonna slow. We're gonna dig into that a little bit. That's right. We're gonna dig into it and see what exactly is going on in our next sort of section. Despite the shrinking revenues, especially in this Q2, remember? Or the next quarter. Oh, that's not Q2, it was next quarter. Look at EPS. 14.96% EPS growth here in the current quarter. Next quarter looks like 1957. So despite revenues slowing next quarter, they're expecting an expansion in EPS growth. Interesting. And look at these analysts. This is surprising to me that you've had 6 analysts come out and increase their number over the last 30 days for the current quarter. Current year, another 6. Next year, 5. Why is this a 3? This is why it's a 3. So I'm going to tell you right now, it's a 3. It's not going to be a 3 forever. It's going to change soon because this will drop off. These bad 4 will go. And so I expect this to be a Zach's rank number 2 buy, probably immediately following this earnings report, unless, of course, there's something no bueno in this earnings report. What's the overall impact been to the Zach's consensus estimate? So even though 6 people have come out and upped their estimate, it only went from $1.31 to $1.35. Current year number, 645 to 44 to 48, so not much there. Next year, from 709 to 701 to 7 to 704. So again, this is nonsense. I mean, who cares of a penny this way or that way? When you're talking about a stock that makes $6-7, does it matter? I don't think it matters. Look at these surprises. It's been a few. Small surprise, small surprise, small disappointment. Actually, so I don't know. It bounce around a little bit. Tough to tell. All right. Before we go there. Oh my goodness, look at that. That's way back. I don't even know if you folks can see that far back. I'm not implying that you guys are old and you can't see the screen or anything like that. I'm just saying I couldn't see it. So I got a pretty big screen here. This is better. Just look at this solid. And do I really care what revenue growth was in 2003? I mean, I don't. 10 years. 10 years is good enough. And what do we have over the last decade? So 7%, 3%, 2%, 8%, 6%, 6%. So this is still pretty solid. So how do you fight with the Amazons and the Walmarts of the world? Well, you charge people to get in, so you get a little bit of that membership sort of subscription model. So there's a plus. Look at this quarter, though. See, this quarter revenue growth is going to be pretty solid. Next quarter is going to be solid, too. I think where you're going to have to worry about Costco a couple quarters from now, a few quarters from now, right? As there's not going to be much growth in the future. So these earnings reports tend to look, just another quarter or two out. And for Costco, it looks all right. Next quarter or two out. That's on the revenue side. What is the EPS? What's going on here? What? Oh, there we go. Again, I'm rusty here, folks. I don't know if you guys have noticed. My clacks aren't quite as quick. That's okay though. We're gonna knock the rust off this week, and then next week I'm gone again. I gotta go to Chicago, and then and that's it. I'm stuck in Chicago, and I'm gonna freeze. It's no bueno. EPS 135. Last year was 117, and the next quarter is gonna be 140 when last year was 117. So that's good. And again, see, this is when it's gonna cool off into this quarter. So it's a few quarters out. I don't think the market's looking at that yet. Could be wrong, as I've been terribly wrong the last couple of weeks. Let me tell you, it's been painful. It's been painful. But Mama said there'd be days like this. Let's look at the valuations here. Price to sales first. No, forward PE first. Big fan of looking at the forward PE. And look at this. Well, I don't want the textile market. Give me the S&P. Okay, well, so now, Jefe, I was bragging about our 6,000 KB per second upload speed right now. Anywho, so Costco versus the market. It's always traded at a little bit of a premium to the rest of the market. But this is a little bit of a thing here, is that now it's ticking up towards the top end of that valuation range, even since 2015 for Costco. So I think Costco at 28 times forward earnings seems a splash rich to me. Seems a little rich. A little rich. What does that look like on the sales side? That's right. It is a lot smoother, huh? Wunderbar. I'm glad. Price to sales, obviously much cheaper because they sell a lot of stuff at low margins. So I'm not too worried about only one problem still remains. He's going to say Twitch. I knew you were going to say that. You beat me to the punch. Hefe, it's coming. It's coming, bruh. It's coming. I've got great ideas. And if you guys have ideas for what to do on Twitch, I would like to hear them. Shoot them over to livetrader@zax.com. Or even better, yell them out loud at your spouse. See what their reaction is. Because they'll have no idea what you're talking about. No, come into the chat room and tell me about it. Because that I'd like to know. What should we do on Twitch? I'm coming up with a better Twitch kind of game plan. Like a more involved, in-depth. And plus, I might be shifting. I might need the green screen behind me for that. Yes? No? Show my ugly face? I really don't want to have to show my ugly face. But maybe we could all sit there and watch the currency markets and the crypto market late at night and just spout a bunch of nonsense. Have our own little Twitch channel. That'd be fun. Okay, so that train. Hear the train a-coming. Let's see. Yeah, I guess that's one negative. I yell things out loud at my girlfriend all the time. Most of the time, she laughs at me and calls me an idiot, which is cool. It's a good little dynamic that the two of us have. I say dumb things. She calls me an idiot. So it works. It works. Yes, Ron, you are missing something. It's a whole nother platform of streamingness, craziness. Okay, but back now the charts. Charts. So a couple of things, specifically on this chart here. Yeah, with Amazon and Walmart, does Costco stand a chance? Yeah, they stand a chance. People, this is what happens. You develop this brand loyalty. My mom, if you want a Christmas present from Costco, you are set, bruh. Like, you're getting it. Whatever you want, you got it. If it's not at Costco, you're not getting it because she's not going. Like, that's it. I must have the ugliest charts in the world because I draw, like, people must look at this and think I'm a crazy person. Something I want to point out, though. Actually, let me make this more obvious. Look at the lack of volume. That's not good. This is not good. Scoot further. There's no volume up here. Let me add volume to the bottom so you can see this, too. Volume. We don't need the CCI. I guess we do. I'll leave the CCI there just because habit, perhaps. So this is showing that vertical histogram of volume. There's not really anything. Look at that. Very low volumes up in this whole range where Costco's been trading, you know, above 180. So on that gap and go, very little conviction. And even if you look down here at the volume spikes here, kind of here, here. There's not even really a volume spike that associated this gap and this go. That is no bueno, my friends. No bueno. Not a lot of conviction. We can't use the CMF here, Trevor, because we got this. We got this gap. And we got this gap. So whenever you have gaps, it messes up the CMF. So the gaps are no good. But latest bullish crossover was here when the stock was down here. That was a great signal. Fantastic signal. Stock way up, or the CCI up at highs when it came down, and now what's happening? This could play out one of two ways. One, this commodity channel index breaks through the zero line. Costco retraces into volume, which takes you down here. 175s. Or it gives me that extension pattern and we get a big chunk of volume here and it's off to the races, okay? I think you would need a beat and raise quarter to get that. I just don't like, there's a certain lack of conviction here in Costco. So there's not a lot of big institutional money running into there. It's not a lot of volume. I don't like that. I don't like it. Can you guys hear my Google Home going? So I switched up. No more Pandora. No more Pandora going on here. And rather, we've got Google, my Google Music thing. What do they call it? Google Play. I got the Google Play now. Got the Google Play. All right, let's pull up the side-by-side view. That's an interesting thing there, Hefe. What do you guys think? If you're bullish on Costco, are you bearish on Amazon? Kind of, but Costco, you get things like, you know, big chunks of, you're still buying in bulk, right? That's a thing. You like the Spotify, Hefe? I don't know. I still got the Google Play Music. That's what I got. And it's been okay. I've had Spotify, but I never paid for Spotify. But I had the free Spotify, and I didn't like it. Oh, you get Spotify in your Roadster there. 187. So that's what we're going to use. There we go. Bullish on Big Lots and Costco. Well, there you go. The Big Lots. I don't know that I've ever shopped at Big Lots. That's not to say that I don't like these kind of discount sort of places. Where did I go to? I went to Brand Smart over here at the mall. Yeah, see, so Hefe, they're disagreeing with you there, buddy. All right, so yeah, I don't think it's a zero-sum game either there, Wild Bill. Overall, bullishness in the economy. People are getting money, dude. People are getting some money out there. They're throwing money around. The job market is tightening. I'm not going anywhere. I can promise you guys that. A few of you guys signed up for lifetime memberships with Zach's. Specifically asked me, hey, are you sticking around for at least a few years? And I said yes. And the answer is yes. I'm sticking around. I'm not going anywhere. So don't freak out when I talk about job market and stuff. It's not because I'm hunting. But, you know, I always keep an ear to the ground just to hear if the buffalo are on the way. At the money call. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to look at the at the money call here and the at the money put. And this will give us a decent idea of where this market could perhaps be going. So 355 by 365. We're going to call that 360 for the at the money call. The at the money put, 3 by 315. Let's call that 308. Enter. What do you mean still waiting on your lifetime? I'd like to hear what that's about, Hefe. If that, unless I don't know what you're talking about. 187.50. So that's 3.56%. They're not looking for much of a move here out of Costco. But then again, we're only looking like 1 day. Now, what has the initial reaction been for Costco following their earnings report? We can look that up right here. Estimates, surprises, consolidated. Now there you go with the chat lag. Yes, there's a 30-second chat lag now. We'll fix it, Hefe. We're going to do some Twitch. Okay. Earnings surprise. Wild Bill, did that happen following or fading everything? Just kidding. No, because people give me crap like that all the time. They're like, yeah, hey, sign up for your service so I can do the exact opposite. I'm like, thanks. Thanks, guys. At least the analysis is fun, right? You get to hear something. Last quarter doesn't move much on earnings. Quarter before moves a lot. Moves a whole lot in that February. And then just some little. Oh, I'm sorry. I told you I was rusty, right? I told you guys I was rusty. I'm looking at the wrong number. Price impact percentage. There we go. -4, 2.8, -7, 4, 2, 5. So they're about right saying that the stock is not really going to move as a direct result of earnings. However, post-earnings drift, my friends, even though the actual report maybe doesn't do much, it does have a tendency to, move a little bit, right? This bad boy does move a little bit, right? She moves. She moves. So let's not look at the front week, guys, front month, front day. I want to go out. That's right. A lot of you are going to be. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Boom. January expiration, my friends. We're going to go from side by side to the stacked. Look at this. You go out. They're still spending some money on these calls out here. Somebody today got 4,500 there at the 200. These are interesting things. I think it's cheap enough to go vertical. This is the problem for you bulls out there. What are you going to say? 190? Finding an upside price target on this is going to be a little bit tough. And it's too expensive to do. Well, this is look at these weird strikes. Let me change this because let me see if this fills in with some strikes for us. Doesn't quite. So essentially the 188's the at the money here. And you've got to think, if you're bullish on Costco, that it blows through that 190, right? We used to say a stock that goes to 90 is guaranteed to go 100, right? Is it the same stock at 190 that goes to 200? I think you got to feel that on a bullish report, it's at least enough to push Costco up, approaching that 200 level. Right, bulls? How many people are bulls? Do we have any bulls out there? I don't know that you should do 188 all the way out to 200 though. That's taking on a little bit of risk here, but I'm gonna give it to you anyway, bulls. Bulls, if you bought this 188 call, this is a January 19? Is that the expiration on this? Call, the 188 call, it's going to cost you $543. Come on now. $543. Simultaneously selling the 200. I know this is going to sound a little crazy. It's $135 you're going to get back. So net outlay here is $408, which is kind of pricey. Okay? Kind of pricey here. But look, the difference in the strike prices here is $12. Minus that 408, that means you can make $792 on 408. You can almost triple up on this trade, okay? Now that's rather aggressive. I suggest if you are very bullish on the Costco, pinch in, folks. Do your pinch in. You can do the 190, 195. Look at this. 190, 195. So you go a little bit out of the money, makes this long call a lot cheaper. Because if you're looking at this, if you're bullish on Costco, you got to say that the thing goes to 200, right? Yes, bullish after earnings, we know. Let me get this back. 190, 195. So the 190 would cost you 440. Simultaneously selling the 195, you're going to get back 251. Overall, $1.89 on this. Difference in strike prices is $5 minus at 189. You make $3.11 on 189 or 164% on this trade. All you need is shares of Costco to close at or above 195 at expiration. So for the bulls, bull debit here, long the January. Let me make sure that this is in fact the 15th or 19th rather. Yeah, 19th. Okay. Jan 19. 190, 195. Call spread, and I already forgot how much it was. 440 minus 251, 189. Okay, relatively inexpensive roll of the dice there. On the put side, I think 180 is a good area. That's the last real chunk of volume. You do have this gap up in here. I think you retest that. If not, it gets all the way down to the 50-day. It depends on what kind of report this is. Remember, this PE, this forward PE is really expanded here recently. We talked about that earlier. So I think 180s, every bit of 180s. So there's a 188, 180. This is going to be a little expensive though, I think. Let's see. Let's see what this looks like. At the money put is going to cost you a $5 holler. Selling the 180 put, you're going to get back 222 of that, so the net outlay here is 278. Difference in strike prices is $8 minus that 278. Wait a minute, what did I do? $8 minus that 278. So 522 on 278. You can make 187% on this trade. And what you need is shares of Costco to close at or below 180 at expiration. So here we go. Bear debit, long, Jan 19th, 188, 180 put spread for a what'd I say? 278? Is that what it was? Next debit. Not too shabby. And these are on the debit side of things. I don't think there's going to be any lottos here because of how expensive Costco is, but let's see. Yeah, there. No, I don't think you're going to expect. I don't think there's going to be a move big enough to warrant rolling the dice on these things. I don't think so, folks. I don't think so. But I'm going to say officially the trade that pays is the bear debit. I am also going to say that remember what we said about Costco. They don't really move a lot on earnings, right? But they do tend to drift after, okay? So feel free to sit on the sidelines until after the report and then come in and try and pick a little move, okay? Because it seems like you don't miss out a lot on these Costco earnings, and that it finally finds a direction following these reports. So that's what I think you need to consider on this one. I know we do the show, and part of what we do here is give you ideas on, high risk, high reward potential trades that you can do heading into the reports. Absolutely, and we're all adults here. We know this is risk money. So I get all that. I'm not trying to fight the spirit of what we do here. I'm just saying, actually, based on what we're seeing here, it doesn't move a lot on earnings. So I don't think that you're gonna miss out too much following the report like that. Okay? And remember, Monday we're gonna do Micron. So, or not Monday. Jeez, Dave. Friday we're gonna do Micron. So we'll be talking already. We'll be there. We can peep in on something like this and see what's going on. All right, folks. Well, that's all I got for you here on a bufferless Zach's Live Trader, despite the little bit of a delay there is between when I talk and when the chat turns up, Hefe. That's all I got. So I'm going to go ahead and welcome you guys to tomorrow's show, where we're going to talk about Adobe. That's going to be at 1 o'clock Central. Shoot me any recommendations on what you want to hear. LiveTrader@Zax.com, how I can make it better, all sorts of stuff. Then, of course, you can join us in the chat room. As always, it's on Discord, and it's got this long, obscene... Well, it's not that long, and it's not that obscene, but address comes across the bottom of the screen here, and you can join us there, as we're in there often. So thanks so much for hanging out with me here today on Zach's Live Trader, and I will see you all later on in the week. Have a good one.